Ladies and gentlemen, for many people, benefits have expired or they're on the verge of expiring. And the extra benefit that was once $600 a week is all the way down to 300, but they're saying people are not going to even see that until after the 29th of August. So, this place is a mess. So now you got another major problem here, and many people are still not working at all. So this came out on NPR August 19th, 2020. Expired jobless benefits cost economy billions, but some states reject Trump's aid. So I'm going to go ahead and play this audio for you from NPR.
President Trump's plan to boost unemployment benefits by $300 a week is getting a fairly cool reception around the country. A $600 a week benefit expired last month, and in the 10 days since Trump made the offer, only a handful of states say they will take him up on it. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin told CNBC today that the president's plan is starting to catch on.
We have 5 states that have already been approved. We have another 4 states that have submitted, and about another 10 states that are in the process.
Well, that leaves more than half of all states still wary of the president's plan. As NPR's Scott Horsley reports, that is threatening to leave a big dent in the spending power of tens of millions of jobless workers.
South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem was one of the first to reject the president's offer, saying, in effect, thanks, but no thanks. Noem, who's a Trump ally, says her state doesn't need the extra money for jobless benefits. Here she is on Fox News.
We're doing very well. Our infection rates are low. Our job losses are low. Our economy is doing better than virtually any other state.
South Dakota does have the nation's 9th lowest unemployment rate. But at 7.2%, it's still more than double what it was a year ago. And Jennifer Stensas of Feeding South Dakota says the food pantry's weekly giveaways are still drawing twice as many hungry people, many of them for the first time.
People that have found themselves just in a place they've never been before and making some pretty tough choices. They've been furloughed from work. They've been laid off for a period of time. A lot of businesses just closed.
With tens of thousands of South Dakotans still out of work, Democratic State Senator Reynold Nesseba is mystified by the governor's decision to turn down the extra benefits Trump is offering. Nesseba, who teaches economics at Augustana University, says that's $10 million a week that South Dakotans could have used to help buy groceries or school supplies or pay the rent.
This isn't just about the people that are unemployed. By refusing to take this money, she is hurting South Dakota businesses and South Dakota landlords and South Dakota bankers.
Nesseba worries the economic rebound the governor is boasting about has been bankrolled in part by billions of dollars in federal relief, aid that's now being short-circuited. Federal aid has been exhausted not only in South Dakota, but around the country, and efforts to craft a comprehensive new aid package in Congress have stalled. Economist Ernie Tedeschi of Evercore ISI says with the expiration of emergency jobless benefits last month, tens of millions of unemployed workers now have a lot less money in their pockets.
They woke up on August 1st facing a 50 to 75% pay cut. And that's going to mean that they have to make some pretty devastating cuts.
Tedeschi says nationwide benefits have shrunk by about $15 billion a week, and the resulting drop in spending power is likely to mean lower retail sales and slower job growth. Retail giant Walmart said today government relief payments did give a significant boost to the company's sales during the last 3 months. But as the stimulus money dried up, sales cooled. CEO Doug McMillon says there's a lot of uncertainty now, especially for smaller businesses.
This economy and this country are driven so much by small and medium-sized businesses that we want to see something happen there that'll help support those folks.
As policymakers in Washington argue over a new round of spending, 800 to 1,000 South Dakota families keep showing up each Tuesday and Thursday at the food pantry in Sioux Falls. The food bank's Jennifer Stensas says they're in it for the long haul. Scott Horsley, NPR News, Washington.
Well, they're not alone. Here in my state, the food pantries are packed every week. The lines are growing more and more. families are scared. Now, people have gone weeks now without any extra benefit. And in some states, unemployment expires in 6 months. We're at that point. So they're going to have to decide to extend benefits, you know, and like they said, they're already noticing the drop in spending just in the last few weeks without that extra $600. So now that people got less to spend, they're going to be more worried than ever about paying rent, about paying, bills, getting food on the table. So they're going to be very selective about what they do with their money. And I don't blame them. I mean, you practically tied everybody's hands, and people are not happy about this cut down to $300. A lot of people are upset about this. With the 600, I was reading, some people said they could pay their rent and had a little bit of money to pay some bills and get food. But without the 600, many of them are saying they're going to barely be able to make it or not make it at all. Some of them said they simply will not be able to make it. That's going to be a problem. That's why I'm telling y'all, these protests are going to get more worse in this country, especially if people feel like they can't even keep their head above water. They're going to get more violent out in the streets when it comes down to protesting. Now, Trump, to me, he did more harm than good with that executive order. Number one, it's not stopping the evictions. If you just pick up some of the stories online, people are getting thrown out already of their homes and apartments. That is a dangerous thing, especially when some of them even got COVID and they got thrown out on the streets. Some of these people literally have nowhere to go. Where are they going to go with coronavirus and not infect their own families and their friends? So this country is looking at some terrible, terrible times ahead. And all I can see is Congress, as we move forward, they're going to be chopping the money more and more and more. And I don't like the way they do things in this country. First of all, if you know there's a pandemic, it's ongoing, there's no cure, people are not going to get back to work immediately. These benefits should have been ongoing from the start. There should not be no renewal in a few months. That's garbage. Why can't you do a bill and let the bill go well into 2021? That's how your stimulus should be done. This go back to count. You see how things are going. They can't agree on nothing. So while they're fighting it out, people are going hungry and got to go to food banks. People are being thrown out on the streets. This is how it's going with them fighting over a bill. So they are not thinking about the immediate situation of the people. So those of you that think this government cares about you, oh, they care, they don't give a shit. Trump don't care, because if he would care, he would never have undercut people at a time when they're not working. These people don't care about nobody but themselves. So there is no bill on the table that's close to being passed. These folks are all divided. These rich, overprivileged people want to tell you what you need. I mean, what a joke. But hey, this is the way you set your system up. So now you got to live with it. And it's ugly. But y'all, please tell me what you think. This country is going to be in turmoil for years to come. Trust and believe. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.